Hello and welcome to another week of Out of the Park Baseball, our Lansing Lugnuts simulation for the 2020 season. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, joined by Adam Jaksa. Adam, the Lugnuts come into play today with a 39-49 record, but you like the looks of this lineup.
Yeah, really good. We started to see their offense get together the last game that we did, specifically Otto Lopez. He's back at the top of the order again today. Hunter Steinmetz has actually had a pretty good bat. He's in that second slot. And then you've got the big guys in Groshans and Robertson. So I like the look today of this Lugnuts lineup as they try and produce some more runs.
In 2019, the Peoria Chiefs were one of the worst teams in minor league baseball for stretches of time. This is a better Peoria team. They come in with a record of 47-40, the intra-division play right now in the Midwest League, and they've got a couple of top prospects who will threaten the Lugnuts.
Yeah, you mentioned it's right there in the 4 spot. Ivan Herrera, one of the best prospects in the Cardinals organization. And you're right. I remember I didn't make that trip out to Peoria last year, but that was a great trip for the Lugnuts in the heat. They swept that series, and a much different playing team in Peoria here in the simulated 2020 season. So it's going to be a tough test for the Lugnuts today at home at Cooley Law School Stadium.
Can the Sim Lugnuts emerge with the win? Let's meet the starting lineups, and let's begin with the visiting Peoria Chiefs affiliated with the St. Louis Cardinals. The Chiefs lead off with their center fielder, Jonathan Machado. Batting second, DHing Leandro Cedeno. Heading third in left field, Brandon Riley. Ivan Herrera, Adam just mentioned him, number 4 prospect in the Cardinal system, bats fourth, he's the catcher. Batting fifth in right field, it's Tyler Reichenborn. Heading sixth, the third baseman, Ben Baird. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Kevin Woodall. Heading eighth, at second base, Moises Castillo. And then batting ninth, the shortstop to round off the order, Imeldo Diaz. Adam, I don't think I'm going out on too far of a limb to say that Herrera's our guy to watch today for Peoria.
Absolutely. He's right there in the middle of the order in that 4 spot, ready to do damage. That's a guy that the Lugnuts are going to have to be weary of in today's simulation.
Third rounder on the hill, Tony Locey, a right-hander. And Adam and I will talk a little bit more about Mr. Locey as we continue. There's a Lansing Lugnut who knows him very well. For the Lugnuts, for Luis Hurtado, his starting lineup will feature the shortstop Otto Lopez leading off. Batting second in center field, it's Hunter Steinmetz. Heading third, the third baseman, Jordan Groshans. Batting fourth in right field, it's Will Robertson. Hitting fifth, DHing, Phil Clark. Batting sixth, Jake Brode is the starting first baseman. Hitting seventh, the catcher Gabriel Moreno has been slumping, so drop down the order. Then batting eighth, the second baseman, L.J. Talley. Rounding off the order, batting ninth, in left field, it's Norberto Obeso. They support the right-hander, Kyle Johnston, who has been tremendous. Adam, who's the Lansing Lugnut to watch out for?
You know, we saw a really good game from Otto Lopez last time around, and I'm going to go lower in the lineup, though, and go to Phil Clark. He's in that DH spot, number 5. See if he can come through after the big guys have come up and hopefully got on base for him today.
The hitman, Phil Clark. Our Granger cleanup hitter is the right fielder, Will Robertson. If Robertson hits safely, then we will donate 2 tickets to frontline workers here in this mid-Michigan area, 2 Lugnuts tickets for the 2021 campaign. We'll have the official or ceremonial first pitch. The official first pitch of the game will be coming up right after this.
Hi, I'm Reagan, and we're at the Lansing Lugnuts, and I'm going to put out the first pitch.
It is time to get things going between the Lansing Lugnuts and the Peoria Chiefs from Lansing, Michigan. Jesse Goldberg-Strassler here with you, alongside Adam Jaksa. Well now, the Lugnuts out there wearing their home white uniforms here today. And the right-hander Kyle Johnston deals. Jonathan Machado grounds a 1-1 down to third. Jordan Groshans whip throw over in time. Just like that, we are underway. One batter up and one batter gone.
Tell you what, Jesse, we talked a lot about Groshans at the plate, but defensively these last few games at third base, he has been really good, not giving up anything defensively and making all the throws to first base.
Leandro Cedeno's the next man up, the 1-2. He swings and pounds it to left field, but there's Obeso racing onward to make the catch. 2 gone. Here's your Lugnuts defense. Obeso's in left, Steinmetz in center, Robertson in right. On the infield, Groshans is at third, Lopez at shortstop. Talley at second, Broad at first, and Moreno's the catcher. Brandon Riley bats third in the order, batting from the left side. Kyle Johnston looks for the 1-2-3. Got him swinging, and the side's retired. Down go the Peoria Chiefs in the top of the first, and now the Lansing Lugnuts are coming up. And Adam, they're going to take on a right-hander in Tony Locey, whom the Lansing Lugnuts' LJ Talley knows fairly well.
Yeah, he's got connections with him, and hopefully that'll help him, and potentially he can give a little assist to his teammates, and maybe they can find a way to get some runs. Let's get a high-scoring game here for the Lugnuts, Jesse. Get some offense in this one.
Sounds good to me. Lopez, Steinmetz, Groshans due up for the Lansing Lugnuts, home first inning. Locey to Lopez. High fly ball, medium depth right center field. The center fielder, Jonathan Machado, makes the catch with Reichenborn overlapping from right. Lopez retired. Reichenborn in right, Machado in center, Riley in left. Baird is at third base, Diaz at short, Castillo at second, Woodall at first. The catcher, Herrera, he is the big prospect. Locey, a pretty darn good prospect in his own right, deals. Hunter Steinmetz drives it to left, but there's Riley for out number 2. Well, here's Jordan Groshans. You know, Adam, Jordan Groshans is making a little bit of waves right now in real life because he's playing up in Toronto. He's part of the player pool. We'll see. Can Groshans make his MLB debut this year? Lifts a high fly ball to center field. Machado comes in. And the Lansing Lugnuts go down in order. A number of former Lansing Lugnuts who are up there in Toronto are spread out around the country, waiting for the start of the real Major League Baseball season. As we go to the top of the second inning, no score from Cooley Law School Stadium. Shop at the online Nuts and Bolts store for all your Lugnuts merchandise needs. Special deal right now, where if you purchase one of these 4 shirts, 2 tickets will be donated to frontline workers. That's at the Nuts and Bolts store via LansingLugnuts.com. Starting up the second inning now from Michigan State Capitol, on Michigan Avenue and between Cedar Street and Larch Street downtown, it begins with this pitch to Ivan Herrera. Herrera on the 2-1. Grounds it up the middle. To his right, the backhand attempt right through Talley and a base hit into right center. Steinmetz gets it in from center field. And a leadoff single for Peoria.
Well, no surprise, we talked about Herrera being one of the top guys with the Cardinals and delivering with the first base hit of today's game.
Tyler Reichenborn up now, batting 5th in the order. There's a lot of power. Right-handed batting right fielder. 3-2 pitch. He lines it to right field. That's down for a base hit in front of Robertson. Herrera the turn. A strong throw to third base. And Ivan Herrera is out by a mile. What a throw by Robertson.
That's a big play right there by Robertson. Instead of first and third, nobody out. You get the lead runner after back-to-back hits, and hopefully that can help out Johnston here on the mound.
At first base, Reichenborn. Ben Baird serves a little looper to center field. That gets down for a base hit. Steinmetz, as though, comes into third base to hold Reichenborn at second. That's 3 straight singles, though, against Johnston.
This is very similar, potentially, to the inning we saw from him in the last game, where he was really good outside of 1 inning and multiple runs were scored. Now we've seen 3 straight base hits.
2 on, 1 gone, 3-2. That's called strike 3 to Kevin Woodall. Second strikeout for Johnston. It's a cutter at 91 miles an hour. Here's Moises Castillo batting 8th in the order. Bottom part of the order where Johnston wants to be against this jam. 2 on, 2 gone, and no score. Now Castillo has a lot of power, strikes out a lot. The 2-2. Hits a fly ball to center field. On the run, Steinmetz a dive to make the catch and retire the side. That saves a run. 3 hits, 2 men left on, but no runs. Through 1.5, no score from Lansing. Going to the bottom half of the second inning, the Lugnuts bring up Robertson, Clark, and Broad, 4-5-6, against right-hander Tony Locey. Adam and I will talk a little bit about the defense. First the 1-2. It'll pop up, shallow right. Second baseman Castillo out to make the catch. Robertson retired. Adam, the top of the second inning, ending a Peoria rally because Hunter Steinmetz went Superman.
Well, we've talked a lot about how he's got the ability to make those flashy grabs and those diving catches. He's done them in college and now with the Lugnuts.
Philip Clark hits a line drive down the left field line. Riley to his right, covers the ground, 2 outs. That brings up Jake Broad. Broad batting 6th in the order. His bat is starting to come around a little bit more right now in the simulation. 5 up and 5 down so far against the number 19 prospect in the Cardinals organization. And Locey strikes at Broad swinging to end the second inning. 6 up and 6 down for the Lansing Lugnuts against Peoria, and we go to the third from Cooley Law School Stadium. It is the Lugnuts nothing, the Chiefs nothing. Thank you to our partners at Jaksa National Life Insurance for their continued support of Lansing Lugnuts baseball. We start up the third inning from Cooley Law School Stadium. Adam Jaksa has the call.
All right, Jesse, thanks so much. It's Kyle Johnston to lead off this third inning, facing 9-1-2. Imeldo Diaz, Jonathan Machado, and Leonardo Cedeno. 2-ball, 1-strike pitch coming from Johnston. This ball is ripped down the left field line, and a sliding grab into the wall from Norberto Orbeso, and he makes the catch.
I'm worried with him sliding into the wall if his spikes are going to get caught up against the fence. What a graceful play.
Yeah, and he used those spikes right there to help himself from cascading into the wall. Here's Machado. First pitch, he launches this out to right. Robertson is in, and there's 2 gone in the third.
Adam, that is great defensive plays by all 3 of the Lugnuts outfielders. Robertson with the arm, and Steinmetz in center, Obeso in left with the catches.
Yeah, those were back-to-back outs to end the second and begin the third from Steinmetz and Obeso. Here's a 3-1 pitch to Cedeno. Runs inside, and there's the first walk given up by Kyle Johnston.
Does not feel like Johnston is as sharp in this game as we have seen him previously.
Yeah, 3 base hits, a walk, and a couple of great defensive plays that saved potentially other hits for Peoria. Still no score, though, in the top of the third at Cooley Law School Stadium. Now it's Brandon Riley, the left-hander. 3-2 pitch, swung out, shallowly hit behind third, and over towards the line. Groshans makes the catch, and that is going to end the top of the third inning. Good defense again by the Lugnuts, and a 0 up on the board outside of the walk. No damage done. Bottom of the third, scoreless at Cooley Law School Stadium. Lugnuts trying to get something going, looking for their first base runner. Moreno, Talley, and Obeso coming up against Tony Locey. The 2-2. And it's a strikeout swinging right there for Gabriel Moreno. Back-to-back strikeouts for Locey. Getting broke. And now Moreno to begin this third inning.
That was a wicked curveball from Locey.
He now faces LJ Talley. His old buddy that Jesse talked about earlier. Full count with 1 out. And it's ball 4. So LJ Talley, coincidentally, is the first base runner for the Lugnuts.
It's a good at-bat by LJ. The former Georgia Bulldogs colliding, both of them 2019 draft picks.
Talley besting his former teammate. Now it's Norberto Obeso, the 9-hitter for the Lugnuts. On the ground is second. Castillo whips it to second and gets the lead runner. Just one out. No chance of a double play because of how weakly it was hit. 2 gone in the inning.
Nobody is barreling right now against Locey.
Let's see if Otto Lopez can potentially square one up. He sent one out to center in his first at-bat. A hitter, 1-0 count. Hits it hard, but right at the shortstop. And Diaz fires to Woodall, and safe is the call. Looks like it was just late. Otto Lopez beat it out. Good hustle there from Otto Lopez to get the first hit for the Lugnuts.
That throw had a little bit of air under it, but it also shows off Lopez's wheels.
2-2 pitch, and that's strike 3 to Hunter Steinmetz. So, a couple of strikeouts. The Lugnuts leave 2 stranded, aren't able to get any runs in. Through 3, no score at Cooley Law School Stadium.
And now it's time for the Dean Trailways Baseball Cap Shuffle. Dean Trailways, the bus stops here. So let's bring out the 3 baseball caps for the Lugnuts, pop the Dean Trailways bus onto the middle cap, and shuffle them up. Keep your eye on that bus. Shuffle to the right. Shuffle things to the left side now. Mix it this way, mix it that way. Are you still keeping your eye on the bus? Settle those caps. Is it 1, 2, or 3? Make your choice. It's cap number 1. And that is our Dean Trailways Lansing Lugnuts Baseball Cap Shuffle.
Ready for the top of the 4th? Jesse Goldberg-Strassler and Adam Jaksa with you at Cooley Law School Stadium. No score between Peoria and Lansing. Kyle Johnston against Ivan Herrera to start this inning. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He fooled him right there, and Herrera is down. 3rd strikeout now for Johnson. Maybe starting to get going here. He's given up 3 hits, a walk, but no runs. One of those hits came to Tyler Reichenborn after giving up 3 straight hits in that 2nd inning. But we saw him do this last outing where he had 1 big inning and then settled in, Jesse. 1-2. Inside out swing out to right field. Robertson, great defensive positioning just in front of the warning track. 2 outs.
In that game, that 1 bad inning for Johnston, he allowed runs. In this game, 3 base hits, hard line drive, but no runs allowed, and so now here's Act 2, taking care of Herrera and Reichenborn.
2-2 to Baird. Inside corner, strike 3 looking. 4 strikeouts. Let's see if the Lugnuts can get something going. Bottom of the 4th, they've only been able to muster a hit and a walk against Tony Locey. Jordan Groshans leads off the 2-2 pitch, and he swings and misses to begin the bottom of the 4th inning.
Came after him with a fastball at the hands.
And that's 4 strikeouts now for each starting pitcher. Locey racking up his 4th. He had 2 in the 3rd and 1 in the 2nd. Now he'll face Will Robertson, who pop fly to Castillo at 2nd in the 2nd. Righty on lefty, Locey against Robertson, looking for the game's first run. Swing, and it's popped up again right side of the infield, and once more, it'll be Castillo that makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down to begin this 4th inning.
And Adam, we're looking at Tony Locey has currently thrown 49 pitches. He's basically at 50 pitches to get through 4. That's terrific efficiency.
Very efficient for Locey. Down 2-0 in the count. Clark smacks one deep out to center, off the top of the wall. Machado plays it. Clark comes zooming into second, and there's the first real contact, hard-hit ball from the Lugnuts, a double for Phil Clark.
We know that the wall here at Cooley Law School Stadium is tall, especially out in center. What, do you think that ball was a couple of feet from being gone?
Yeah, that one nearly got over it and out of here. On the ground, left side, broke, grounds out. Shortstop Diaz makes the throws. The Lugnuts again leave a runner stranded after the firework type of double there from Phil Clark. We're through 4, still 0-0 between Peoria and Lansing. Back for the 5th, here's Jesse Goldberg-Strassler.
Adam Jaksa, thank you very much. No runs yet. Both teams have threatened. We're seeing better contact. Right-hander Kyle Johnston for the Lugnuts deals. Kevin Woodall hits a high fly ball to deep left center. Hunter Steinmetz covers a lot of ground, and he runs it down shy of the warning track. There's out number 1. That flyout was majestic.
Yeah, that hung up there for a long time, and it was a long track for both Obeso and Steinmetz. That one was hit equally right in the middle of both of them.
Well, this is pitch number 76 for Johnston to Moises Castillo. Got him looking on the outside corner. Well-placed fastball and strikeout number 5 for Johnston.
Well, he hasn't been as efficient as Locey in terms of pitches and giving up some hits, but all that matters, he's getting strikeouts, he's still getting outs, and there's no runs up on the board. It's been a nice outing here for Johnston.
And now against the number 9 hitter, Imeldo Diaz, to look to complete 5 scoreless innings. A 3-1 pitch. Outside for ball 4. Not what you want to do, walking the number 9 batter. And the Peoria lineup turns over, 2 outs, for Jonathan Machado in a scoreless game in the 5th. Machado today is 0 for 2 with a ground out to third and a fly out to right. Diaz does run well at first base. The 0-1. High fly ball, left field. Obeso to his left. He's got it, and he hauls it in. That does conclude 5 scoreless innings for Johnston. Just a walk, that is all. 5 strikeouts, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 5 scoreless innings for Johnston. And we're halfway to the house from Cooley Law School Stadium, 0-0. Beginning the bottom of the 5th, here comes Tony Locey. Johnston just put up a goose egg in the top half. Locey against Moreno, Talley, and Obeso. 6-7-8, the pitch. I should say 7-8-9 as Moreno skies it to right. 13 for Reichenborg. Gabby Moreno's 0 for 2. Adam, L.J. Talley cracked Locey his first time up with a walk. Let's see how he does the second time. Outfield is deep. Left-handed batter. 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. Got him looking. Change up across the inside corner. Strikeout number 5 for Locey.
I mean, only 3 base runners for the Lugnuts. That walk from Talley, a base hit from Lopez, a double from Clark, but that's been it. Got to find a way to get something going. He's been incredible.
Norberto Obeso grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. The native of Mexico. A 2-1. Line drive lashed down the left field line and off toward the corner it goes. Riley disappears from sight to retrieve. Obeso heads for second, slides in ahead of the throw. And that's an Oppo 2-out double.
Where'd he go?
Well, you know there's a shadow in the left field corner, and we lost sight of it. It's not
there
as
he
well
is, Jesse.
looking.
He magically came back.
Obeso's in scoring position for Otto Lopez. What a chance. Otto's 1 for 2. Ground ball up the first base side. Woodall covers ground to his left, picks it up, takes it himself. And the Lugnuts for the second consecutive inning. Stranded 2-out double. We go to the 6th, and still no score between the Chiefs and the Lugnuts.
When you think about it, there are lots of reasons to buy a new home. And with mortgage rates this low at LAFCO, it's all you need to make your move. Because you may not have the space for anything else, but there's always room for a great mortgage rate from LAFCO. Want a low mortgage rate for your new home? Ask for LAFCO. Stop in today or go to LAFCO.com/mortgage. LAFCO, your credit union for life.
As we start up the 6th inning, a new pitcher's on the mound for the Lugnuts. Emerson Jimenez is taken over, replacing the right-hander Kyle Johnston. Jimenez throws to Leandro Cedeno in a scoreless game. This is an 0-2. Struck him out. Got him swinging with a fastball. Adam, Jimenez in. Your thoughts on Kyle Johnston's start?
Yeah, I thought Johnston did a good job managing this game. I mean, he did give up the 3 hits in the second, gave up a couple of walks, but as we talked about, he worked around those, didn't give up any runs, and most importantly, he's given the Lugnuts a chance to win this game late when they've pretty much been dominated by Locey.
In the late innings, 3-2 pitch. Brandon Riley draws ball 4. Well, 1-out walk. We saw base runners against Johnston, stranded 2 on in the second inning, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fifth. It is 5 scoreless. All relievers from here on out for the Lansing Lugnuts. As Ivan Herrera, one of the top prospects in the Cardinals system, steps in, 2-2. That is swatted past the diving shortstop Lopez, a base hit to left. Riley stays at second. 2 on, 1 gone for Peoria.
I mean, Jesse, you're going to take that every day if you can get a guy that can go 5 scoreless and start like that for you, especially knowing the offense that the Lugnuts are capable of. Johnston did exactly what the Lugnuts were looking for today.
Agreed. Here's a wild pitch, gets away from Moreno. Herrera up to second and Riley to third. Big time trouble now for Jimenez and the Lugnuts.
Yeah, this is where it's tough. A guy like Johnston pitches like that, and all of a sudden you're in doubts of potentially keeping the 0 up on the board. We'll see how Jimenez can respond.
He walks Reichenborn and the bases are loaded. In a game like this, it really makes that first run, whichever team scores it, feel that much more important. There's only 1 out. Lugnuts have brought the infield in. Ben Baird is the batter. Double play ball ends the threat, but there's no place to put him. This is a 2-2 pitch. He swings and misses. Jimenez struck him out. 2 gone, and 1 out away from getting out of the jam.
That's a huge pitch right there from Jimenez, and as you mentioned, now a chance to keep the 0 up on the board, and the defense can go back to their regular alignment. Any bag gets the job done.
It's the slugging Kevin Woodall. 3-2. Just off the outside corner, Jimenez walks in a run. In comes Riley from third. Peoria grabs a 1-0 lead. Bases stay loaded from Moises Castillo. Looking back through this inning, this has been about Emerson Jimenez's wildness. And that's all for Emerson Jimenez. The Lugnuts go back to the pen, and Junior Marte has come on to face Castillo. A 2-ball, 2-strike pitch to the number 8 batter for Peoria. Got him swinging. Side retired. 3 Peoria Chiefs strike out in the 6th inning, but also 3 Chiefs draw walks, 1 base hit, 1 wild pitch, 1 run scores. 5.5 complete. It's Peoria with the game's first lead. 1-0 in Lansing. Tony Locey remains on the mound for the Chiefs for the bottom of the 6th. Hunter Steinmetz lays down a bunt, but there's the catcher Herrera. Makes the play and makes it look easy. Races Steinmetz, out number 1. That's why Herrera is so well thought of. Look at the quickness and then the snap throw. There's Jordan Groshans, 0 for 2 today, batting third in the order. Blue Jays' first rounder of a couple of years ago. Picks the first pitch, finds a base hit up the middle. He is on for the first time today. Locey has scattered those hits. 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and now here's 1 in the 6th for the Lugnuts' 4th hit, setting up Robertson. The 0-2. Swung at and missed. Locey strikes him out. Strikeout number 6.
Just can't put anything together against him, like you said. Getting a hit here and there, but we haven't seen that real threat from the Lugnuts in a half inning where they've got multiple guys with good at-bats and been able to get a few guys on base.
Philip Clark is 1 for 2 today with a double. Clark grounds it. Left side, tough play, Baird. Long throw got him at second base off his back heel. And the Lansing Lugnuts go down scorelessly. Nearly beat the shift. So as we go to the 7th inning, Adam Jaksa will take back over the call. And the Lugnuts are down 1-0 to Peoria. Glad to have you along with us. And now it is time as we end the 6th inning for us to give you our LaughQ trivia question of the game. Your LaughQ trivia question is this. How many games did Carlos Beltran play for the Lansing Lugnuts in 1996 before injury ended his Midwest League tenure? So again, how many games did Carlos Beltran play for the Lugnuts? Was it A, only 1 game? Was it B, 11 games? Or was it C, 21 games? How many games did Beltran play? We'll check in with the answer following the 7th inning.
Back for the top of the 7th, Lugnuts trailing the Chiefs 1-0. Junior Marte is back out, and the Lugnuts looking to keep this a 1-run game. 3-2 pitch to Diaz, swing and a miss. There's a strikeout, back-to-back Ks for Marte to begin his outing.
His first strikeout was necessary to get the Lugnuts out of a bases-loaded jam last frame.
Yeah, and amazing. There's been multiple chances for Peoria, and still they've been able to only manage 1 run. Good opportunity for the Lugnuts to get a late rally, stay around, and potentially win this game. Jonathan Machado, leadoff man, swats it out the opposite way into left field for a base hit. Obeso plays it, but Machado, good inside-out swing to go the other way.
So important for the Lugnuts bullpen, led currently by Marte. Keep this a 1-run game.
That's just the 5th hit for the Chiefs. The Lugnuts have just 4, so relatively low in the hit column today. Runner takes off, Machado down to second. The throw from Moreno, and it's late. Stolen base for Jonathan Machado, the speedy center fielder. Now the Chiefs with a runner in scoring position and a 2-1 count to Leonardo Cedeno. Pops it up, center field, and it's caught. Steinmetz came in to make the grab.
Like it what Steinmetz did right there. Went back a little bit too far to build up momentum, charging in for the catch, just to make sure Machado did not try to tag in advance.
And we know Machado's got that speed as he just swiped that bag. So it's up to Brandon Riley, 3-0, and that's ball 4. So Marte lets that one get away, and they're at first and second now. Here's the big fella, Ivan Herrera, to step in. 2 base hits already in this game. He did strike out in the 4th. 1-0 Chiefs. First and second with 2 outs in the 7th. The pitch. Over to second base, and it's grabbed by Talley. Kind of a soft line drive that Talley was able to snatch, and the Lugnuts out of the jam once again. Bottom of the 7th is next. 1-run Peoria lead. New pitcher is in for Peoria. Jake Walsh takes over. What a job through 6 innings for Tony Locey. Lugnuts happy to see him go. He had 6 strikeouts and allowed just 4 base hits. The 1-2 pitch to Brodt, and he sends it back up the middle. It's a base hit, and the leadoff man is on for the Lansing Lugnuts.
Jake Walsh does not have the same kind of stuff as Locey. Locey threw harder. Jake Walsh pitches to contact, so this should favor the Lugnuts hitters.
6 innings for Locey, 4 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and no runs. An excellent outing. 3-1 pitch. Hit hard at Baird, but he knocked it down, picks it up in foul territory, and he can't make the play. Gabriel Moreno is ruled safe, and they say E5 on Ben Baird. Really tough play there for Baird. It came at him very quickly. And he couldn't make the play, and now it's first and second. And there's strike 3, though, called to LJ Talley.
Well, this is a rally that the Lugnuts can't afford to waste. 2 runners on, tying run in scoring position.
Let's see if Norberto Obeso can come through. 1 for 2 today, did have that double in his last at-bat. First and second, 1 out. Chiefs by a run. Favorable 2-0 count. Sent out to center field. It's a base hit. Brodt is at third. Rounded like he was thinking about coming home, but he stays put. Machado got to it quickly, and they're loaded up with 1 out.
For the right guy, too, Adam, and Otto Lopez.
Absolutely. He's got a base hit. He's been clutch for the Lugnuts. By far their best chance to get back on the board. The 2-1. That's swatted out to right field. Falling for a base hit. Broke comes in to score. Moreno right behind him. Slides in and beats the throw. And the Lugnuts get a 2-run single from Otto Lopez. They're in front 2-1.
Number one, I love the hitting by Lopez, and then how about Gabby Moreno sprinting around third base? That throw by Reichenborn was a pretty good one, but the headlong dive got Moreno around the tag.
Great to see the Lugnuts. Their pitching keeping them in this game, and now they've got the lead. First and second. This ball's hit to short. Backhanded by Diaz to second. The relay to first, and they'll get just the 1 out. First and third now with 2 outs. On the fielder's choice by Steinmetz. One pitch to Groshans. He swings this one, sends it out to left field. Hanging up in the air, though. And Riley makes the grab to end the threat. But what a half inning for the Lansing Lugnuts. Tony Locey exits, Jake Walsh comes in, and the Lugnuts take advantage. 3 hits, 2 runs, and for the first time, they've got the lead 2-1 over Peoria after 7.
It is time now to answer our LaughQ trivia question of the game. Once again, that trivia question: how many games did Carlos Beltran play for the Lugnuts in 1996 before an injury ended his Midwest League tenure? Was it A, 1 game, B, 11 games, or C, 21 games? Adam, Jaksa, any guesses?
I'm going to guess in favor of the fans. They got the opportunity, hopefully, to see him for 21 games.
Not quite. There's only 11 games Carlos Beltran played in Lansing, but it was more than 1 game. And that was your LaughQ trivia question. Go to www.milb.com/Lansing/fans/contests every week in order to enter Lansing Lugnuts LaughQ trivia. Check it out every Tuesday. We start up the 8th inning. The Lansing Lugnuts now have the lead. Otto Lopez's 2-run single got the job done. Tyler Reichenborn leads off the top of the 8th against the right-hander Junior Marte on the 0-2. Swinging a line drive, base hit into center field. Peoria has its leadoff man on. Steinmetz relays it in. Adam, here comes the potential answer for the Chiefs.
Well, this has kind of been the story all day. The Chiefs have been putting pressure on Lugnuts pitchers. They've had base runners. They've had good rally opportunities. But the Lugnuts have really clenched up and done a nice job tightening things when runners have been aboard.
Ryan Mason is now on the mound to pitch for the Lugnuts. And it gets a ground ball up the middle. That sneaks through. Ben Baird got it in between Lopez and Talley. And all the way to third base goes Reichenborn. Their Peoria Chiefs at first and third, and nobody out in the top of the 8th.
Not sure how that one managed to get through up the middle. It looked like it could have been a potential step on second, throw to first, but both Talley and Lopez couldn't get to it.
Right now here's Kevin Woodall. Woodall strikes out looking. 1 gone. Tying run is 90 feet away. Go-ahead run is 270 feet away. The batter is Moises Castillo. We're going to see a pinch hitter for Peoria. Aaron Antonini has come up. Antonini batting just 192 this year. So 1 Lugnuts, 0-2 pitch. Got him looking, and there's 2 gone to the top of the 8th.
Well, again, this has been the story. Chiefs get runners, and the Lugnuts able to find a way to get the outs. Let's see if they can do it one more time.
It is Imeldo Diaz batting 9th in the order against the reliever Mason. Reichenborn 90 feet away from tying up the score. Baird is at first. The 1-2. Swung at and missed. He struck him out. Ryan Mason gets Woodall, Antonini, and Diaz, and that strands Reichenborn and Baird. The Peoria Chiefs still trail 2-1 going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Last chance for the Lansing Lugnuts to add some insurance. Jake Walsh remains on the mound for the Chiefs against Robertson, Clark, and Brooks. A 3-2 pitch for Will Robertson. Swings and it's a high fly ball to deep right center. Reichenborn's back. Warning track. Wall. reaches up, and he makes the catch right in front of the fence. 1 down.
You can't hit it any farther out there towards the deepest part of Cooley Law School Stadium, and that one just stayed in the park. What a grab out there by Reichenborn.
You said it. Here's Phil Clark now. Clark grounds it on the right side. Kelly is now in to play second base to his left to flip it over to Woodall and to get the out at first base. Kelly replacing Castillo after Antonini pinch hit for Castillo in the top of the 8th inning. 2 outs, nobody on. 2-1 Lansing Lugnuts. Here now is Jake Broad. 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. The pitch. Broad grounds it left side. Long throw coming here for Baird. Got it to first on time. Lugnuts go down in order. And we go to the 9th inning. 2-1 the Lansing Lugnuts lead. And Adam and I are hoping for no extra innings again today. Thank you to our partners at Gordon Food Service for their continued support of Lansing Lugnuts baseball. We start up the 9th. The new pitcher on the mound for the Lugnuts is Steven Wilson. And it's the top of the order, time for the Peoria Chiefs, trailing 2-1. It begins with Jonathan Machado. Wilson, the right-hander, kicks, throws. Weak ground ball right side. Tally waits back on the outfield grass. The throw to first, nips him at the bag, and there's 1 down.
That was a really close play. You said it, Jesse. Just barely hit. Tally had to shuffle over and kind of wait for it to come to him and makes the snap throw just in time. Huge to get that first out.
Now Leandro Cedena with a 2-2 pitch. Swung at, grounded to third base. Jordan Groshans with the throw to get him at first. 2 outs.
Well, this is just fitting how well this defense for the Lugnuts have played in the last couple of games and how well they played again today, helping eliminate some of these big run half-inning opportunities for the Chiefs.
Well, Peoria is down to its final out, and the batter's Brandon Riley with a 1-2. Swung on and missed. Wilson strikes him out, and this ball game is over. And Otto Lopez 2-run single in the bottom of the 7th, and that was all that the Lansing Lugnuts needed. Lugnuts 2, Chiefs 1. It is over. Welcome in now to Lansing Lugnuts postgame. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, rejoined by Adam Jaksa. Adam, a game in which the Lansing Lugnuts won it 2-1. Do you want to begin with how the Lugnuts scored their runs? You want to begin with the Lugnuts pitching?
I think we got to go with the pitching and the defense, Jesse, because you talk about the pitching, there were some half-inning opportunities for this Peoria offense, but pitching got out of the jams, and a lot of that help getting out of the jams came from the defense. Remember those great defensive plays early from Steinmetz and then out and right from Robertson making the throw. Obeso, how could we forget that one? He slid up against the wall to make that catch. So multiple half innings where there were chances and the Chiefs had runners at third, second, runners at the corners, and the staff, pitching-wise, and the defense both coming together to help keep Peoria to just 1 run. Amazing to think the way Peoria had base runners today that they scored just 1 run, and ultimately that was a big factor in why the Lugnuts won this game.
And on the other side, it was defense that betrayed the Peoria Chiefs. The third baseman, Ben Baird, committed a costly error in the bottom of the 7th inning, so the Lugnuts runs were unearned. The Lugnuts coming through, Otto Lopez with a 2-run single to right field. That brought in both Jake Broad and Gabriel Moreno against the reliever, Jake Walsh. So while the Lugnuts relief crew got the job done, Peoria on the other side, their starting pitcher, Tony Locey, betrayed by his pen.
Yeah, and really, like you said, you could tag it on that potential error that helped the Lugnuts get those 2 runs. It was really the big swing from Otto Lopez that scored the 2 runs. That was it. And no surprise, Tony Locey was incredible, Jesse. I mean, the fact that the Lugnuts were able to just keep themselves in the game with that pitching and defense long enough for him to finally have to exit and then take advantage with the 2 runs in the 7th. Just an overall good team win today by Lansing.
So the Lansing Lugnuts get the W. All is well and good. Kyle Johnston 5 innings scorelessly, then the pen. And the Lugnuts from the offensive side, Lopez 2 hits, Obeso 2 hits. All things considered, you come away from this one feeling good if you're the Lugnuts. Adam, any final thoughts?
No, just a good win today, Jesse. I thought the pitching held in. We saw another good performance from Kyle Johnston. Maybe not his top, but he still, again, pitched very well. Defense played tremendous. And Otto Lopez, what can we say? Coming through with the clutch hit. Nice performance today by Lansing to find a way to win this one at home.
We thank you very much for checking out this Out of the Park Baseball simulation broadcast. For Adam Jaksa, I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler. Lugnuts win it 2-1. Here's wishing you well. And go Nuts.